Hi, my name is Marvin. I am the co-founder and CEO of Shopetzu, East Africa's leading fashion e-tailer.
Perfect. And Ludovino, what we are
We
doing
are
now?
we are here on the experience of the e-commerce day Africa in Kenya with Marvin in Shopetzu, and we are having a fantastic journey through the operations of the company here. So we'll lead you through the journey today.
Great. After.
Say hello. Well, Marvin, how many people is working here?
We have 63 people in the team right now. Yes. Sit down, watch your step. I like the.
After we will make the production of this.
Okay. Uh, yeah, so welcome to the studio. All of the content that is on the website is done here. So all the website pictures, we do it here just to make sure that the pictures are representative
Yeah.
of the customers.
So what are we seeing here now?
We're doing creative content for TikTok.
Uh-huh.
So we make sure that some of the content is what we do for the website, but we also do some of the content that goes onto social media platforms.
Oh,
Yeah,
fantastic,
yeah,
fantastic.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
you
this is our studio operations. Welcome.
And this is for one brand.
So once
It's
a
a
week,
service or it's
yes,
part of the marketing?
it's a part of marketing.
And how many of this production do you
Every day.
do? But how many?
So every day we are doing website shoots for the different brands,
yeah.
and then once or twice a week we do creative content that goes onto TikTok,
So
Instagram,
and you do everything inside
yes,
with your own team.
yeah.
Oh, fantastic! Great.
And fashion is very visual, so
Yeah,
we want to
yeah.
make sure that it's people can see the content, can see themselves in the outfits, and it creates the incentive to purchase as well.
Good vibe here. Good vibe.
You can measure what is the impact of this campaign in the sales.
So fashion is very visual. So people want to see themselves in the outfits, and that's why we have to make sure that for everything that we sell on our website,
The music is
yeah, it's too loud.
low.
Yeah. So fashion is very visual. People want to see themselves in the outfits. So we have to make sure that for every picture that is on the website, that the models are representative
Of the
of
different,
the different people in
yeah,
our customer base.
different personas.
Exactly, the
Yeah.
different personas.
Okay.
And so that
All the
And
information of all the onboarding of the product. So that's how is the process of onboarding of the product. When one brand gains, how long is the process, and what are you doing, and what is the responsibility of the brand?
okay. So the first thing is obviously just getting the initial conversation around understanding if a brand is a good fit for the platform. So they do make an application online, we review them, we shortlist them, and then the brands that we think are a fit for the platform, we then invite them over.
Yes, you
Yes.
you can go. Continue.
Yes. So we invite the brands. You want to get the background? Okay. Yeah, so we invite the brands over to come with the samples. We look at the samples. We have to make sure that the samples are very good quality because quality is the most important thing for us. We
yeah.
have to make sure that we're not selling fakes, we're not selling products that have issues. Once that is done, then we get a catalog of everything that is going to go on the website. Um,
Great. So
back on this.
um, so you are in operation since 2020,
2021 is really when we started.
2021.
Yes.
So you started in the middle
Of
of the
COVID.
COVID. Is that it was really a great challenge to
It,
start that?
It was, but actually, COVID was a good time to start as an e-commerce business because everyone was at home. Uh, they were still shopping, they just could not go to the stores. So that time for us to introduce ourselves as a brand was a great time because customers had no choice but to buy fashion from us. And then now, over time, once people started going back to the stores, we managed to retain a lot of those customers because of the good experience they had
Oh,
with
fantastic.
online
So,
shopping.
and you are now doing those operations all around Kenya,
Yes.
in the whole country.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. Um, what is your main focus in terms of the market? What are you targeting in terms of the consumers and the trends? How are that?
So right now, our customer base is, I'd say, 60% millennials and 40% Gen Z. But the way we look at ourselves, as I mentioned earlier, 60% of Africans are under the age of 25. That is going to be the consumer class of the future. So we're building the business for them. And so we make
Yeah.
sure that we're optimizing in terms of content, the platforms that we use to deliver the content, how we engage the customers. We're building for that generation that is coming into the consumer class.
Are are you seeing that trend to work together with the brick and mortars, or are you seeing that trend to work on the digital space only? How are you seeing that in Africa, in Kenya especially?
So most of the retail in Africa is still physical. So even in fashion, you have physical retailers. But what's interesting is some of the larger retailers who have store presence across the country are also on Shopetzu. So we are the online platform.
Oh, so you do a cooperation
Yes.
structure with them. I
Yeah.
got it. So you are joining the both worlds in terms of the
Exactly.
structure.
Because we
Okay.
believe the future is omni-channel. So
Yeah.
some customers will want to go into the stores, some of them will want to shop online, and the same customer might some days go to the store and some days shop online.
Marvin, what is the penetration now of the e-commerce with the big bricks and mortars, and how do you see that for Shopetzu in the next years?
So e-commerce penetration is still very low in Africa. It's less than 1%. To give you context, Jumia, the market leader, has 10 million customers in a continent of 1.4 billion people. For context, Mercado Libre has 150 million
Yeah,
customers.
it's a different world.
Alibaba has 1 billion customers in China. So it's still day zero. And the good thing is, this 60% that is under the age of 25, this is a digital first generation. So this generation has consumed content online. They're on Netflix, they're on Instagram, they're on TikTok.
That's some numbers of
So Shopetzu now has 300 brands on the platform. We have over 25,000 products listed on the website, and we've served more than 30,000 customers in the last 2 years.
So, in your projections in terms of the future, you will see those new generations coming inside of the market, and you see that is the shelf model or is the content model that is going to drive you in the future.
I mean, it's just sort of even looking at the adoption of TikTok in our
Yeah.
markets. The future is video, the future is content, the future is not shelf commerce. And that generation shops on Instagram, shops on TikTok, shops on Pinterest. We are the platform of the future, and that is the generation that we're building for.
Great.
where we are going now?
So now I want to take you into our warehouse where we store the products that we sell to our customers.
Let's go. You leave the water. You.
I'll leave it in here.
Okay. Gotcha. Wow. You like it? That's amazing. Hey, come on. Totally. No, after when we were. And you have the delivery also?
Yes, so we have our own in-house delivery. We now have seven of these bikes that
And
service.
how is the average of the delivery of your products?
So the average fulfillment time is 24 hours
Okay.
right now on the platform.
And do you have delivery, quick delivery, fast delivery?
So fashion in its nature is not on demand. So most customers typically, as long as it comes within 24
Yeah.
hours, they're okay. But we're introducing express delivery in Q4 because some of the customers actually do want, maybe they want to go for an
The
event
desire is so great that
and the
they
desire is
need.
great, they want to get it. Yeah, so we will launch it for them.
That will be they're fantastic. Okay,
So,
so we are
should
going
we
to
go into the
the
warehouse?
warehouse now.
Yes. Bye. So, welcome.
It's
So this is where our dispatch team sits. So they, as the
Explain,
orders.
explain, Marvin,
Yes.
who works this distribution center.
Okay. So here we have our dispatch and warehousing teams. They sit on the ground floor, and upstairs we have our vendor management team as well as our customer service team.
Now, how many orders do you manage here, more or less?
So in a day we do 100 to 200 orders on average, and we're growing that 20% month on month.
is this the only one center of distribution you have, or you have others in the spread out the country?
No, so this is the only fulfillment center that we have
So
in
everything
Kenya, and as we
goes
look
from
to
here.
expand into other countries, and we will
Okay.
set up other fulfillment centers.
And how is the peak capacity that we have here?
Black.
And when
So
Black
yeah.
Friday?
So the peak for us is what we call Black November. That includes Black Friday, Cyber Monday. During that time, we process about 10,000 orders a month. Yeah.
Great.
How is this process? How the market,
Okay.
the products enter
Yes.
and all the process.
So when an order is received, it is allocated.
People, listen now because Marvin will explain how is all the process, the end-to-end process with the order, the product enter and the order go outside.
So when you place an order online, so we have two models. One is a warehousing where we have the products here, and the other is cross-docking, which is if you place an order and the item is not here, we will organize for the item to be picked and brought here so that it's put together into the order and then it is dispatched. So when an order arrives, if the item is in our warehouse, it is assigned to a picker in the warehouse. So they'll go in, get the order. We also do our route planning in the afternoon. So we'll have the items ready, the route planned and assigned to the riders, and our riders leave in the morning to dispatch all of the orders.
And the product came, you make the put in the inventory.
Yes.
Do you have WMS?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we do have a WMS that manages what is in our inventory. But for orders that are cross-docking, it's just sort of like receiving them, making sure that the item is what is in the order. And sometimes an order will have an item that is both warehoused and cross-docked. So we have to wait for the item to come in, put it into the order. When the order is complete, someone checks to make sure that it's fine, and then it is assigned for dispatch.
On the reverse logistic, if someone returns with an item, how do you process that? It's the same place here?
Yeah, so what we do is we work with the Vivo stores to process all our returns. So rather than, because of, reverse logistics is very expensive, we offer a 7-day return window. If you have an issue with an item, you take it to a Vivo store near you. They will receive it, process the refund instant. If the item is okay, then the items are returned
Okay.
to the warehouse.
You have a time to the consumer to return the item,
Yes,
or
7 days.
7 days?
Yes,
Okay,
7 days.
fantastic. Okay.
How many partners of logistics do you manage?
So for the items that we deliver within Nairobi, we do that in-house. So we have our own in-house logistics service. But for orders that we send outside of Nairobi to pretty much every corner of the country, we work with 2 logistics companies.
All with the motorcycle?
Yes.
Fast deliver. Fantastic.
How long does delivery take if it's going to be delivered in Nairobi?
Could you repeat it? Repeat the question?
So the average fulfillment time is 24 hours. So within 24 hours, most orders are
From when they
delivered.
first make the
Yes.
purchase to when they get it in their hands?
Yes.
All?
Great.
Yeah. Do you want to
No questions.
go?
Come on, enter. I follow you.
So what we're doing for the warehouse in Q4 is we're actually changing all of the racking to have like real sort of industrial rackings that will
Yeah,
allow us to expand capacity and just use the space
to the top.
fully. Yeah. So in Q4 we're going to change all of this
No robotics
racking.
yet.
No, we're far
How is
from
the
that.
process of picking?
So
Is mono picking, multi picking,
it's
pre picking?
it's mono picking because our volumes are still not at the level that will need a very complex picking process. But that said, as volumes continue to increase, and I mentioned in Q4 we're changing all of the racking to have industrial racking and two floors, and the capacity to be able to continue to increase, just utilize the space better. At some
So
point, we will get to the point where we can do very complex
operations, yeah.
operations and picking.
Fantastic, fantastic. So you intend to expand and stay here until what time? Next year, and after next year you go out of here because operations are going
Yeah,
to get
for
bigger.
for sure. I think
Yeah.
within the next 24 months we will be out of the space. At least the good thing is with the racking
So
it will
when
allow us to get the
we come
space.
back next year, we could do a comparison of your operations.
Absolutely.
Can
That
we do
that
that?
yes, I
It would
would
be
love to have you
fantastic.
guys
Yeah.
here. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, great.
And this will be a completely different setup
You
when you
have
come back.
to defend the e-commerce award
Yes, yes,
next
yes.
year.
And I'm confident that we will win it again.
What do
Fantastic.
you feel to won the e-commerce day yesterday?
I mean, it's an incredible feeling because we've won the Kenya Fashion Awards for e-commerce for the last 3 years,
Hmm.
but to be recognized, as an African leader is testament to the efforts of the team. Like we've
Yeah, we
done
saw
an incredible job.
yesterday when the premium was announced, before the premium was announced,
Yeah.
that the audience in the room was claiming for Shopetzu.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
have a lot of fun.
Yeah, you
yes,
have a lot
yes.
of fun.
No, it's
And especially the ladies.
yes, the ladies. 90% of our customers are women, and we pride ourselves in having the best customer service.
But
And
it's matter of the catalog or is one why you
what's
have
up?
this quantity of customer women customer? It's matter of the catalog,
Yeah, the number
the
of
offer.
women
Oh,
is
so
part of
so
the.
so the number of women is because women tend to just shop more often, and so we've made sure that
No,
our assortment is very wide for women. That said, even in our men category, the biggest shoppers of men items are the women. So they
Oh, so
tend to buy.
they buy
Yes,
for their work.
yeah, and maybe that is a unique sort of element of the African context where the women tend to control the purchasing of the household, and so they'll shop for themselves, for the kids, for their husband as well.
Yeah, there are other places in the world that you can find that, but here probably is going to be
Yeah,
the most one key issue. Yeah. So, and when you receive the award, mm, is that something that you want to bring to the rest of Africa? And you are now being recognized not only in Kenya. You see my
yes,
point.
yes.
So that how do you envisage your strategy for Africa?
So by next year, same time when you have the e-commerce day, we will be a regional business. So we will be in Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, and Rwanda.
Wow,
nice.
fantastic,
Yeah.
Congratulations.
fantastic.
But we have ambitions
It's a
to
huge
become a
challenge.
Pan-African business.
It's a huge
Yes.
challenge.
Yeah.
Let's write a letter to the future, and we'll come back here
Yeah.
in 1 year.
Please hold us accountable. Thank
Thank
you.
you. And we will keep on going with e leader podcasts in the next chapters.